I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers fade as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state I'll stay.
Welcome, everyone, to this exploration. We are really turning a corner in our journey through the workbook, stepping right into part two. I remember the first time I got here, it was this, bittersweet feeling, almost a twinge of sadness, realizing how close the end of the year was.
Oh, I know that feeling.
This whole path had become such a profound companion, you know? It really reshaped my perspective on everything.
That really resonates. I mean, you spend nearly a year doing this daily practice, letting the course shift how you see things.
Yeah.
And then you land here.
Yeah.
It's almost like the workbook itself sort of nods and says, okay, you're ready.
Yeah.
Ready for that next step where, as it says, words will mean little now. It's this quiet signal that you're prepared for something quieter, something deeper inside.
That opening line from the introduction to part two, it just instantly resets everything for this next phase, doesn't it?
It really does. A powerful statement right away.
The course starts this section saying, words will mean little now.
We use them, but as guides on which we do not now depend. For now we seek direct experience of truth alone.
That phrase is saying, okay, the scaffolding that helped you build this understanding, we can start taking that down now because the structure itself is becoming solid.
That's a great way to put it.
And for those of us who spent the year maybe tweaking the language a bit, you know, swapping out words that didn't quite land or changing pronouns for God, this feels like a confirmation.
It really is.
Confirmation that the specific words, well, they were never really the ultimate point anyway.
Absolutely an affirmation. We spent a year engaging with language, with ideas, with the daily lessons, all forms, really, to help retrain our minds. And now it's inviting us beyond those forms into the direct experience of what the words were pointing towards all along. Words are just symbols, after all, road signs. They guide us, point the way, but they're not the destination.
Good analogy.
So adapting the words, if you did that, probably just helped clear the path for the message itself to sink in more deeply, removed some potential roadblocks.
And the introduction keeps going, inviting us even further in. It says,
Now we attempt to let the exercise be merely a beginning.
For we wait in quiet expectation for our God and Father.
He has promised he will take the final step himself. We are sure his promises are kept.
There's such a sense of peace in this introduction, isn't there? It's really palpable.
And for someone who spent a year doing the lessons, focusing on the practice, this new invitation to just rest might feel a bit counterintuitive at first.
I can see that.
But it signals this shift away from active effort or trying to memorize things towards simply showing up, being present, and allowing the truth to meet you there.
Yeah.
That phrase, we wait in quiet expectation, it's so potent. It suggests something active, actually. A state of readiness, of receptivity, not just passively sitting around.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's active waiting, like standing by a still lake very early in the morning. You're watching for the first light to break over the water. You're not making the sunrise, obviously, and you're not just vaguely hoping it shows up.
Right.
You're just actively present, certain it's coming. And you're allowing yourself to be right there for it when it happens. There's a real certainty in that kind of waiting.
And the Course really emphasizes that certainty.
Yeah.
It goes on to say, now is the time of prophecy fulfilled.
Now are all ancient promises upheld and fully kept.
No step remains for time to separate from its accomplishment. For now we cannot fail.
For now we cannot fail. Wow, that's quite a statement. It speaks to the cumulative effect of the whole year's work, doesn't it?
It really does.
It implies we've reached a point where the outcome is assured, not because we keep striving, but because of the work already done and the presence that was always there.
It's a fundamental reorientation from doing to being. The Course moved us through stages of practice, applying concepts, looking at our thoughts. Now, it guides us into a state where our real function is just to be still, to receive. It tells us, sit silently and wait upon your Father.
He has willed to come to you when you have recognized it is your will. He do so.
And you could have never come this far unless you saw, however dimly, that it is your will.
It reminds me of when you step out of a dark movie theater into the bright sun.
Yeah.
You don't force your eyes to adjust faster. You just wait patiently, and the light gradually comes in. Things become clear. That feels like the essence of this waiting. Receptive, patient, something's there. even if you can't quite see it clearly yet.
And for anyone wondering how this resting in God actually looks in daily practice, let's talk about that quiet awareness.
Good idea.
For me, it's often very simple. Just sitting down, closing my eyes, maybe silently saying, I'm here, letting my breath settle, and really not trying to conjure up specific thoughts about God or make anything happen. The intention is just to stop trying. Just allow.
And what happens?
Sometimes a real sense of peace comes over me. Other times, honestly, there's no big feeling. And that's okay too. It's accepted.
I've had a very similar experience. I think I rest most deeply when I let go of any ideas about how it's supposed to feel.
Yes. Expectation.
Exactly. Letting go of expectations about what kind of experience I should be having. I've had moments just, washing dishes or sitting outside at night looking at the stars.
Ordinary moments.
Yeah, ordinary moments where that sense of presence just arrives. And you don't have to do anything. It's just there. It's usually not flashy, just quiet. Simple awareness.
And this part of the workbook really invites us to trust that process, even when maybe you feel nothing is happening.
Trust it anyway.
The shift now is away from needing specific forms, away from the act of doing, and towards that deeper connection that's beyond form. This move into the formless is so central to the Course.
It really is. I mean, words are forms. Thoughts are forms. Course used these brilliantly all year to meet us where we were, right? Speaking a language we could grasp.
Yeah.
But now it's gently inviting us into something unmediated, something that ultimately can't be captured by words or concepts. Being still and remembering God, it's not really a technique you master, it's an awareness you keep returning to. Recognizing God, yourself, that exists beyond all the descriptions.
Beyond form.
Beyond all forms. This is the truth the workbook pointed to all along, moving from understanding it intellectually to knowing it directly.
And we actually got a question that touches right on this. Let me read it.
Okay.
Someone wrote, I've had a few practices this year where I just sat silently and I didn't know if I was doing it right. Is that what this new section is asking us to do? Just sit quietly and hope for something to happen?
That's a great question. And my response would be, well, yes and no.
Okay.
The silence you're invited into, it isn't meant to be just empty space. It's open. It's inviting. You're actively receptive. So you're not hoping something happens in that passive, fingers crossed kind of way. It's more like you're actively inviting it.
Oh, okay. Invitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Course is quite clear that your genuine invitation, just that quiet willingness to be present, that's enough. That's what allows God to come to you. It's not about forcing an outcome. It's about letting go of the blocks to awareness.
So if you're thinking about how to approach your practice moving into part 2, maybe a simple structure could help frame it. Not rigid rules, but just a gentle guide.
Yeah, that sounds useful.
Okay, first, read the thought slowly. Just let the daily idea, the theme for the day, wash over you. Don't try too hard to analyze it. Just let it resonate. Let it open something within you.
Just receive it.
Exactly. Then maybe say a brief welcome. Something simple, internal. Father, I'm here. Or I give you this time. The point isn't to force yourself into stillness. Just make yourself available. Show your willingness.
Okay.
Third, rest without effort. This is key. No need to feel anything specific. No striving. Just sit in quiet awareness. Like watching that sunrise we talked about. Let thoughts come and go. Don't grab onto them. Just allow.
Let them float by.
And then fourth, return gently throughout the day. The Course suggests remembering hourly. It doesn't have to be long. A breath, a hand on your heart, a quiet internal thank you. Just little touch points to integrate it.
Keeps the connection alive.
Yes. And finally, fifth, trust the unseen work. This is so important. Even when you feel nothing is happening in those quiet times, remember the Course's promise. Your desire, your willingness, that is sufficient. The promise is kept. Always.
That's a beautiful summary. So this is where we find ourselves now on this journey. We really have turned a corner into something quieter, deeper, more intimate. We're shifting from memorizing ideas to becoming what those ideas were always pointing towards. It feels like an unfolding.
And if you are feeling that little bittersweet twinge, like, oh, are we getting near the end? You're definitely not alone in that.
Right.
We still have 145 lessons, which is a lot. But starting part 2 can feel like the beginning of the home stretch. And that brings up feelings, gratitude, maybe a little sadness that This daily companion is nearing its end.
Yeah, for many of us, this year hasn't just been study, it's been a relationship, hasn't it? Something that really reshaped things inside.
Definitely.
So naturally, people start wondering, what's next after the workbook? That's a common question.
Yes.
And one option, of course, is to begin spending time with the text of the course.
Yes. If you're thinking about the text, you might see it as exploring the why behind the workbook's how. It lays out the whole metaphysical foundation, illusion, ego, forgiveness. And now, with a mind that's had some training in stillness from the workbook, the text can land differently. It's less like academic study, more like letting that deep truth settle into your quieted mind. Understanding unfolds.
That's a really helpful way to frame it. And of course, some people choose to go through the workbook again.
Absolutely.
Which is totally valid and can be very enriching. But for many, a second year or beyond becomes less about daily new lessons and more about slower reading, personal reflection, just letting the course continue its gentle work of reshaping perception from the inside.
We still have quite a journey left in this workbook. These next 145 lessons will keep opening doors, keep deepening the experience.
For sure.
But it's also okay now to start imagining, maybe just gently, what life looks like when this practice isn't new anymore, when it's not something you're working on, but just yours. Naturally, beautifully yours.
We'll be right here exploring alongside you. And as always, if you have thoughts or questions or want to share something about your own journey with the course, please do. We genuinely love hearing from you. Email us at acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
Or you can find us on TikTok at The World Harmony Project, where we share daily thoughts too.
Thanks so much for joining us for this exploration.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.